Ready to come along on a ride for shooting on the move follow along session? If so, you've come to the right place. What's up, guys? My name is Rob Epifania, USPSA Grandmaster, and I am the owner of Systematic Performance Concepts. In this video today, I'm going to do a quick dry fire follow along. So the intention here is going to be shooting on the move focused. So I have a bunch of targets laid out across the room, and what we're going to do is we're going to do shooting on the move based training. The focus is going to be shooting on the move confidently, seeing what we need to see, reacting quickly to what we need to see, and continuing our movement as we shoot as best we can. We don't have a tremendous amount of area here, maybe a few steps, but it gives us an opportunity to play around. The other thing I would like to really focus on is randomizing the session itself. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I have 11 total targets. We're not going to use all of them at one time because, quite honestly, I don't have the room to be able to work with that. Otherwise, I would, and it would be great training. However, since I don't, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be shooting on the move left to right, right to left. The requirement is that I want to be continuing my movement, calling shots as quickly as I can, making up as I need to, but continuing the movement regardless. That's going to be one. And the second one, I'm going to take either 5 or 6 targets out of this sequence, and I'm going to do the array that way. When I'm done with that array, I'm going to reset, pick another order, and do it a different way. I want to continue doing it over and over again in different ways because that gets us more experience in a shorter amount of time, and it replicates what we're going to be doing in a match typically. Typically speaking, most of our stages that we see in a match are never going to be seen again, ever, right? So that stage that you shot on Sunday at your local match, you will never see that stage again. So starting to randomize the training approach gives you more experience in line with what our competitions look like. It also gives you an opportunity to flush out repetitions or flush out bad events, bad experiences, be able to get back to doing the next one sooner. It does work on your memory. It works on a lot of things. You can make this as complex or as simple as you want. Simplest setup, in my opinion, would be 5 targets, and then you just continually go through different orders, okay? With 5 targets, you have what's called 5 factorial. That means 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which is 120 different combinations. That gives you a variety of training without having to repeat the same combination many times. Now, let's get started. So I have in here, I have my Gerson 2311 here. I do like to use the dry fire mag, especially indoors, just in case. I don't plan on doing any reloads in this session. However, you never know. Who knows? I love my wife, and I would love her to love me forever. So here's where we're gonna start. So let's get started. I'm gonna do some simple things going forward. I'm just gonna pick a few block targets in a row. So I have a couple targets here. So I have a partial, open, steel, tuxedo, stack. So a low target and a high target with a no shoot in between. Open target, I have 3 pieces of steel on this chair over here, and I have an open target on my right side, which you guys should be able to see. We also have our dry fire dog here, Mr. Gunner. He's gonna supervise and make sure he lets me know if that was good, right? Right, buddy? He's gonna make sure it's good? Yes. Okay. So he's going to be a couch potato. The other one may come in and out. I don't know, we'll find out. Let me close this a little more so he doesn't come in. Okay, because he will be the crazy one. This one, great. Gunner is great. Grover is great also, but in a different way. So, all right, so let's get started. We're going to keep the order simple to start. What I can do is I can go left to right and then right to left. So pick the same targets. And now when I go left to right, I'll shoot it left to right. When I go right to left, I'll shoot it right to left. Okay, very simple here. So shooter's global timer here. I have a par time set to 5 seconds. I don't know if that's right. We're gonna adjust that as we go. The goal would be that I set a par time, and no matter what order I kind of do, the run is pretty close to the par time regardless. So right now 5 seconds is where we're at. So I'm going to do tuxedo, stack target, open, 2 steals. Here we go. Just moving left to right, right to left. Okay, comfortable. We're going to bring the time down. So I'll go down 0.2 of a second. At some point we'll get to a point where like we're right around that time, and that's kind of what I'm looking for here. We'll start on the steel here. So small steel, big steel, a 3-inch circle and I think it's a 1.5-inch circle. So, and then we'll go the opposite way. Had needed a makeup. So, going back to dry fire rules, if you guys haven't watched it, it is a great video to look at. Dry fire rules. Edge hits count for the lower score. So, on the tuxedo, I caught the edge of the left side of the target from where I'm looking here. Fire makeup shot. Okay, very important. The less you're willing to accept edge hits in your training, the more likely your live fire training is going to go better. And something I'm also focusing on in my training is reducing the acceptable margin of shot calling. So I used to accept A's and C's. Now I'm moving tighter. So I'm moving into A's and just outside. And that's resulting in better hits without any real loss of speed at this current level that I'm at. Okay, so let's change it around a little bit. Let's keep that same target structure, but stack, open, tuxedo, little steel, big steel. Okay, let's see how that works. Here we go. Got it, just got it in time. A little bit of instability on that tuxedo. The tuxedo is a 3rd scale. The other ones are half scales. Okay, I want to bring that time down a little bit. Okay, so now we'll go the opposite way. Big steel, little steel, tuxedo, stack, open, tuxedo. You can see how this gets confusing quick. Little steel, big steel, Okay, got it. This also gives you a chance to visualize it. Okay, lowered the par time down. Par time down is 4.6. We are right around that time right now, which is good. Okay. Open, 2 steals, and the rest of the stuff. Moving left to right, open, 2 steals, and everything else. Stack, tuxedo. So you can see how this gets confusing. Just got it. Really relied on the tuxedo being as narrow as I can get it there. Aiming a little bit smaller than the width of the target itself. So I'm still looking to a specific spot, but I'm not expecting the dot to be stable, but I don't want it moving all around the A zone. I want it to be about 2/3 of that. Okay. So open, 2 steel. There. Okay, so we're going to go tuxedo first, stack, open, 2 steel. I think that sounds right. I don't know. We'll find out. Just caught it. Needed a makeup shot. Started to pull off target before I was done. Recognized it, saw it, came back to it. This is why this is valuable training. 1 repetition and done. More experience. And I'm still working on the aspects of the skill that I want to work on. Okay, we'll go stack, 2 steel, open, tuxedo. Don't love that one. Okay, stack, 2 steel, open, tuxedo. So we'll go stack. So now it's got to be tuxedo, 2 steel, open, stack. That wasn't right, but that's okay, right? When you continually change stuff around, it's going to overload you mentally. It's also going to make you stronger mentally. Now, the challenge for me is going left to right and then trying to repeat it in reverse, which is challenging my memorization. Okay, let's start adding other targets into this. So let's go stack, open here, open there, 3 steel. Good. Now, instead of trying to reverse the order, I'll just change the order going right to left and left to right. Make it simple so I can practice it right there. So we have open steel, partial, tuxedo stack. So this is challenging my memory too, while I'm talking too. I don't love that the tuxedo's getting some wobble there. As I'm moving around, it's swinging out a little too much. Makeup shot, fine. Part-time, sure, that's fine. But I want to get rid of that. I want to get that a little bit more narrow. Let's go. Open, stack, 3 steel, open. Open, stack, 3 steel, open. Charlie for no reason there, don't like that. So there was a Charlie right here. And that's only because my eyes didn't connect to the specific spot on the target, kind of connected. Just try to get there. Easy target should be gimmies. Sometimes we could take advantage of them. Okay? Stack, tuxedo, open, open, open. Stack, tuxedo, open, open, open. Good. That's what I was looking for. Getting my eyes on the letter A in the A zone. Go back here. Pick another order. Let's go 3 steel, open, stack, tuxedo. A lot of swinging around that steel. Got to really hold still on that steel. Made it more challenging for me. Here we go. Steel, open, partial, tuxedo stack. I don't know if I did that already, but we're gonna. Makeup shot wasn't needed there. It was okay enough, but I didn't trust it. That's something that we have to build. We have to build that trust in our ability. Okay? Back and forth again. Let's go. Tuxedo, open, open, stack. Tuxedo, open, open, stack. Good. And notice how something, I'm not trying to force my body to do anything that it doesn't want to do. If you start finding that you're starting to twist your upper and lower body a little too much, you're going to create a lot of tension. So I'm just letting my body naturally move as it wants to. Gunnar, how am I doing? He says he's bored. He said, this performance bores me. So, back the other way. Open, tuxedo, stack, steel, partial. Ooh, that was close. I happened to pull it right off the edge of the no shoot that's over there before I press the trigger, but that was close. Don't want to be doing that too much. Okay. Also, notice how when I'm creating my sequences, I'm using names of the targets and I'm making sure I move my head and eyes around. That helps program the subconscious, so when you're in the moment, you're running your program versus trying to think about everything that's going on. Makes it a lot easier to execute. Okay, let's do this. Open, open. So bottom open, open, top partial, open there, little steel. So now we're using that stack target. Okay, just end up, vision was in the middle of the steel. The dot ended up going to the corner. So I had to take a little time to push it into the middle. Doesn't cost a lot of time, but it does cost some. Right? I like using stack targets also because you can separate the bottom and the top targets. So essentially you can use that same target stand for 2 targets. I constantly run a stack target in all of my sessions. So it's a highly valuable target to practice, and it's also a highly valuable target in terms of you get 2 targets for the price of 1 in your training. Okay, let's do that same thing. Kind of the same thing, opposite way, meaning bottom open tuxedo, top open, steel, partial. Bottom open, tuxedo, top open. Good. I'm going to move the par time down a little bit here. See if I can challenge myself to continue to push forward. Depending on how stable I am, getting my eyes to the spot, bringing the gun there smoothly, keep my movement smooth enough that the dot doesn't wobble outside of my limits, the faster everything goes. Okay, and it's about patience too, because if I don't have patience, I'm going to start slamming shots around. I'm going to be firing makeups, which cost time, which also cost points. Okay, so now, top open, top target, 2 opens, tuxedo, open here. Top target, 2 opens, tuxedo, open over there. Very good vision to the A zone there. I'm literally staring at the letter A, watching the dot sit like literally right between the triangle of the letter A. Very cool. Gunner's bored. Gunner's usually, he's a lazy dog, so he likes to lay on the couch here and just relax. This is his favorite thing to do. Not really watch me dry fire, but lay on the couch. Okay. Steel, partial, open, stack, open. Steel, partial, open. Yeah, hold on. Steel, partial, open. So you can see me using names of the targets helps me remember the order. Steel, partial, open, stack, open. Good. So in the A zone, I'm accepting the dot wobbling. If it's 6 inches wide, 4 inches. And that seems to be helping quite a bit. So that time it was just left of the letter A, which is great. I'm looking at the letter A, the dot's next to the letter A. I don't need to wait to fire. Okay. Here we go. To the right. I feel like a cha-cha slide. To the right, to the right. Well, I don't know if that's the same song, but anyway, here we go. Open, open, 3 steel, top, partial on the stack. Open, open, 3 steel. Good. Had to be real soft about my entry on that top partial. Nice 2 A's there. Okay, top, open, partial, steel, open. Steel. I think that's top, steel, partial, open, open. Okay, here we go. I didn't love how I moved on that partial. It's probably fine. A little too close to the line. So for training purposes, we're gonna call that not good, because that's not what we want. Okay, I ended up driving the gun down hard there, and it made like a little loop that, like I said, probably would have been okay. But again, for me, it's close enough to the edge that I really can't guarantee that it's 100% okay. So we count that as not good. Here we go. Open, partial, steel. Open, open. Oh, I like that one. Open, open. A little bit as my body twisted. The gun kicked over a little harder when first shot was in the C zone there. Makeup shot needed. Makeup shot taken. No stress. All right, I like that wide swing. We're gonna do that again. Open, open, stack, open, partial. Notice how we're getting repetitions on like quick visualizations, quick memorization, quick execution. Okay, here we go. I don't remember if I was supposed to do that open or that open, but I think I did it correctly. Okay, next. Open steel, tuxedo, partial, stack. Open steel, tuxedo, partial, stack. I ran out of room, so I stopped. Otherwise, I'd be walking off camera here. Totally fine. In a match, in a stage, sometimes you're going to run out of room before you expect to. So be able to just softly stop, start shooting. open, tuxedo, top, open, open. I didn't do that, I don't think I did that exactly how I want to. I want to go across and then over. So you guys see, when you do this is going to be challenging. And the purpose is for it to be challenging. If it's fun, right, it should be fun, but it should also challenge you, right? It shouldn't be perfect. If it's perfect, you're making it too easy. Making it too easy is not going to help you. Challenging yourself is, okay? So, let's see where we're at here in terms of time. We are 20 minutes in. So let's end on something simple. Same kind of concept. We'll pick a bunch of different targets. However, the exercise will be bar hop, meaning all I want to do is I just want to start in a shooting position on one side, and I want to be able to step across, finish shooting on the other side. So we'll pick 4 targets within that structure, and that's how we'll shoot it, okay? We'll go left to right and right to left. Okay, first 4 targets we have right in front of me. Tuxedo, open, open, top target. Start standing, start moving on the open. Good, nice and soft. Dot, no bounce, good. So this way, it's okay. I'm gonna make the rule that I can do the same order twice because I'm doing it right to left, left to right one time, right to left the other time. So in this case, the change is not so much the target order, it is the movement. So this is not an unreasonable thing to ask. You do the same order twice. Do it one way, left to right, do it the other way, right to left. Same order. Good. We're gonna lower the par time here too. For me, I'm not really focusing so much on the par time, I'm focusing on fast vision, fast processing. That's what I'm doing. Okay, let's do stack, open, tuxedo. Here we go. You did the makeup there. Edge hit on the tuxedo. Stack, open, tuxedo. Here we go. I want to move on that top target. Good. Good vision to the tuxedo. Good dot stoppage where I want it to be within the margin of error. Okay. So we'll go stack, open, open. That's going to be a fun one. I like this one. Good. Good vision getting right to that open target there. Saw the letter A, dot stopped almost on the letter A. Here we go. So this gives you a good opportunity to work a bunch of different small movement skills here. Good. Let's go, same thing. Open, tuxedo, partial open. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that. The right to left should be fine. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that left to right, we'll see. Delayed on the tuxedo, had to fire a makeup shot. Can't do it again, but we can do it the other way. Let's see if we can do it the other way. Needed a makeup shot. Didn't need a makeup shot, but fired a makeup shot because I saw the dot moving harshly. I was able to stop it in time, but my brain had already said, that doesn't look right, we need to fire a makeup. So I would want to get out of that, but if I take that in a match, not the end of the world. Something I want to correct though. Okay, let's go top and across. So top target, open, open, tuxedo. Okay. Was thinking about firing a makeup shot in tuxedo, but recognized my brain processed that it was just inside of where I'm looking for it to be, so I left it. Other way. Good, good patience there. Would like a little bit of a softer hand for transition. Put a little bit too much effort into that when it was not necessary. So let's start here. Let's do 4 opens. So 2 opens and then 1 here. So a nice wide swing here. Ended up looking at the Alpha Charlie line. That's where the dot went. Back the other way. Same kind of movement here. Good. Nice movement there. Let's go inside, outside. 1, 2, 3, 4. Trying to really get that swing out. 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Pushing it, nice. Transition there was pretty good though. So, let's call it there for you guys. I think we're about 25 minutes in. Guys, I hope you found this useful. Randomizing your training, highly valuable. You could still focus on a skill set within that and work multiple experiences. That's gonna bring your performance in matches up. Now, when we're talking about this randomized training, as a minimum, I would say a nice 50-50 split, like practice game style execution, gonna be good, practice repetitive skill-based stuff. So especially for the guys who are lower level just starting out, that's kind of where you wanna spend a lot of your time. You could even go something like 25% execution based like this, 75% skill building. Build your gun handling skills, your transitional skills, your vision. But the higher level you go, the more your training should start to reflect this. Now, where it's valuable to do multiple repetitions is if you're having a problem. So I notice I have a certain issue in this. So for instance, the tuxedo, a little bit excess movement, I can actually separate and maybe do some repetitions on the tuxedo. In this case, I'm including it in a lot of what I'm doing anyway, so I'm still working that skill without having to repeat and get muscle memory. So that wasn't necessary in this case, but it might be necessary in other cases. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have questions or comments, put it down below. Thanks for watching. Have the best day.